One of the things that will enhance, facilitate, and speed up your healing will be the ability to talk about exactly what happened after abuse. When you're finally able to stand on your feet, talk about these things, say it as it is, speak your truth, that is going to help your healing. It's going to facilitate your healing. Okay? The narcissist has been striving to silence you for a very long time. They have been working very hard over the clock, around the clock, to keep you small, to keep you quiet, to keep you compliant, so that they can continue to abuse you. So you never really had a voice. I feel for the people who are dealing with very rich narcissistic parents. I really feel for these people because now you have this parent who is highly dysfunctional and they have a lot of money. You know, they are CEOs, they have these companies, they are cruising around in yachts, and they are responsible for your finances. That's a little bit harder because that kind of parent, the first thing they will do, they are going to crumble your finances. So they are going to make you fully dependent on them. What you actually are not realizing in that, whatever it is, situationship, they are giving you money and they are giving you money and they are taking your energy. So it's a transaction because we understand everything that the narcissist gives you is a transaction. Okay? They are giving you something, but sooner or later they are going to want something. They are going to take something from you. It's inevitable. It's just what it is. We can't do anything about it. Now, personally, I lost some thousands of dollars worth of inheritance. This thing had been happening for a long time. I was usually kind of trying to catch up on it, trying to understand what can I make out of it. It had been happening for a long time, and I would learn that the narcissist was using these little things, properties, items in the name of, my son or maybe my daughter. So they can continue to have full control over you. So they use these things to have full control over you. Because when it's time for you to detach, if you want to leave, for example, you're going to be like, oh, but I cannot leave all this money behind. I cannot leave all this property behind. I cannot leave this behind. I cannot leave that behind. So you're trapped in abuse because you have this narcissist who has invested something in you for your energy, so you are not able to go. That's how I lost my inheritance when I was dealing with narcissistic parent, okay? When I said finally, listen, I want to go my own way. I don't want you to control what I need to do. You told me that these things are mine, okay? I'm the one who needs to now choose or decide what I want to do with these things. But they do give you something. And then they want you to use them exactly how they want you to use them, because everything is about control. If it involves having access to your energy, that is what they want. Have access to your energy. But if whatever they give you is involving breaking free and leaving, detaching, then eventually they are going to take that thing back from you. Let me give you an example. Did you guys know that at the end of the narcissistic relationship, when you guys break up, did you actually know it is very possible for the narcissist to ask you, give back the phone, give back that car? Or sometimes if they cannot take those items back, they are going to come around and damage those items. So if they're not able to take the items back, they will make sure that you're not around, and they will come around at the house and they're going to damage the items. They are going to break up the TVs they bought you. They are going to break up the cars. They smash the windows and everything. They are going to smash the entire property. They are going to throw the phones they bought you in the sea. The reason why they are doing this is because they are realizing that they are not going to have access to your energy. So when they do not have access to your energy, it means that also the things they probably apparently gave you, gifted you, they need them back. Okay? Because you see, for a narcissist, you are dealing with a demon. It is not possible for you to think that you're going to go out there and thrive, doing very well, you're so happy with life, and you have all these cars they bought you. You're probably sitting in the car with a different woman or another man or something in a new relationship. You know, you're getting married in that house they bought you, they don't want it. Everything has got to work according to their own design. It cannot be any other way. It has got to be according to their own design. There's a lot of people who are dealing with wealthy narcissists. Their fathers are extremely wealthy, millionaires, billionaires. That is very tough. Because now you're trapped between your freedom and all this money and all these things that they are doing for you or they're giving you. So that's why the problem, the challenge comes, because now you don't know how to detach. So a person can be forever attached to a narcissist because they are paying their rent. They are the ones who bought the house they are living in. All these things that they do for you, in exchange, they don't tell you this. I'm the one telling you this now. Whatever it is they're giving you, it's an exchange for your energy. Not every narcissist is rich, but we know that some of them can be billionaires and whatever. They have a lot of money. So if you're around those people, that is very, very difficult, you know. And those billionaires are dangerous because when they figure out you're about to leave, they are going to use the money to arrest you. They want you to be arrested, you know. And we all understand that these narcissists, they work in silence. So they work in these are demons. So they work behind the scenes. They don't really, it's why many people don't understand these things, because they're working behind the curtains. So you may be dealing with somebody who has never showed his face, but they're the ones who have been pulling the buttons all this time, this entire time. Okay? So the more you heal as an empath, you are starting to get back your voice. And you're realizing that that voice of yours, it had been taken from you since we're back in time. You're getting back your voice and you're starting to speak. You're starting to acknowledge your power, take your power, back your power, you know, walk in the shoes that are rightfully yours. So for me, the narcissist told me that, oh, uh, so they was calling the shots because there was this inheritance, which was thousands of dollars. And they was like, yes, they were. So they are. It's all about, they want to have all the time. They kind of like have this power. They want to feel that power. You have got to do this or you have got to do that. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. So because I refused to do what they wanted me to do, now they said, okay, they are going to take back the inheritance. I was like, be my guest. Okay, my energy is not for sale. My energy is not for sale. Why do you think people sell their souls to these devils? How do you think people sell their soul? Hey, if you do like this, you're going to get money. I'm going to give you this and I'll give you that. So people unknowingly sell their soul. So the devil now is in charge of their soul. By the time they down the lane or down the road, they're realizing that they have done some spiritual agreements with the devil. They want out, they can't. They're like, oh, no. This thing, what they was doing, they're not sure if it was the best idea, and they want to get out, and they can't. Because now they're realizing the price they have to pay for a choice that they made quite a while ago. You see? Some of you are born into families of witches. So they've been doing witchcraft for quite a while. They've been performing witchcraft. And now it has come to a degree or an extent whereby they don't know what to do. The witchcraft now has gotten very intense. And they feel like they are starting to pay the price for their witchcraft. They want out. But the devil was like, no. They did a deal at some point. They made a deal. And the devil want to collect. So the devil is like, no, if you are going to get out of those agreements, they are going to be arrested. So they are stuck because they sold their soul. I one time spoke with a narcissistic parent and I told them that whatever you see going on around is generational. Okay? I didn't want to trigger because I know sometimes I can say something and it's going to trigger the narcissists. I didn't want to trigger them extensively. So I just told them a little bit. I told them this whole thing is generational. And I didn't want to explain the whole A to C to B of what I mean by generational. And the narcissist was not ready to listen to those things or whatever, trying to take them back to the time they signed the deal. Because they signed those agreements. Some of them have signed those agreements in blood. Some of them have signed agreements, deals with the devil, and they had to sacrifice their own children, family members, for them to get where they want to get. I know that I was a sacrificial lamb. Okay? If I never knew this, that I had been sacrificed many years ago, I do not know what I would be doing by now, because maybe for me, one of the things that woke me up, really, really woke me up, was like waking up and realizing that I was the black sheep of the family. The black sheep of the family is a sacrificial lamb. Whether you know it or you don't know it, you have been a sacrificial lamb in that family. You have been the one everybody has been taking a piece of you, a piece of the cake. So they have been feeding off your soul. They have been eating your soul away. While you was there, dealing with their karma, dealing with their tragedies and everything, they have been feeding on your soul and eating it bit by bit. So when I figured out the dynamics of black sheep and everything for families and what, I was on my way. So the very first person who got very disturbed when I was leaving was the parent. Because you see, when you're detaching, they feel the energetic pull. It's something that pulls, it's an energetic pull because they have been clinged. They have been for so long clinged onto your energy. And by the way, this is not only for narcissistic parents. This happens in every narcissistic relationship that you have had before. So they feel there is an energetic pull. Something is like snapping. Something is snapping. They feel this cable snapping. You're snapping away. They don't know what to do. They are in panic. So that's what they feel. You know, every narcissist you have dealt with, they are going to panic when you're leaving. They will feel that energetic pull. Why do you always think that when you have detached from a dysfunctional family matrix, why do you think that the family falls apart? That's the reason why the family falls apart, because they have all been tapped into your energy. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to make you understand that spiritual warfare is real, okay? Is real. This whole thing of narcissism, whatever they used to tell you back in the days, disorder this and disorder that, is a waste of time. Okay? It's a waste of time. That kind of language you can tell, you can talk about it with the scholars, the ones who are still in university. So you can have those classes where you will tell them about disorders and psychology, what and this, personality disorders, but there's more to it. There's something more deeper, okay? And that's what it is. So let us know what you think about the video, guys. You guys know I'd love and appreciate your support. I always want to come out and inspire you guys to make sure that you get somewhere, okay? So make sure that you like the page and subscribe. You know I do love and appreciate your support. Please book a session. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything in it, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.